Anyhow, what Kang Se-hwang painted is really interesting. You see here he painted his own album. He visited Kaesong area, the capital of Korea Dynasty. So on the way to Kaesong, he saw a lot of marvelous sceneries. So one of them is this name called Yeongtongdong. So here it's the same painting, Yeongtongdong. What is interesting about the Yeongtongdong is rocks are as large as a house. That's what people said. Do you see a figure in this painting? Do you see a human figure in the painting? Can anybody type yes or no?
Yes.
How many do you see, Paulette?
I see 2 so far, and I see a horse. I think it's on the bottom, and then I think there's a person behind him, and then he's on a horse.
Yeah. So yeah, as you see here, one gentleman riding a donkey. It's not really a horse. You see how small and short leg they are, like a donkey. And then this probably Kang Se-hwang himself with a long hat, like a hat. And then again a boy, his servant is following him on foot, right, carrying other things. But why do you think he put the small human figures in the landscape?
To show how big it is, like to show the differences between, the actual landscape and the human. So it's like human versus nature, kind of.
Yes, correct, Paulette. So we've seen this device of putting small figures in other paintings. I mean, it's totally fine without the figure, but when you see the little boy and then, the main character on a donkey, you can see, wow, these rocks are what? Like 10 times as large as the human figures. You can see, right? So that was his idea. And also, when you see the rock, Kang Se-hwang's description of the rock is not to use that brush strokes. Remember, like in what's his name, An Gyun's case in Chinese style landscape, artists learned how to make different types of texture brush strokes, right? But Kang Se-hwang didn't use any of those. Instead, he used watercoloring in order to show that the volume, three-dimensional volume of the rock. So it's a little, and also the rocks are a little bit greenish too, with the covered mud or something else. So that kind of sentiment. But we also see a little bit of perspectival rendering, meaning things in the foreground is really large, things in the background is smaller. You feel it? The receding lines going backward.
Yes, it's a nice perspective.
In a way, surprisingly, right? So this is evidence that Kang Se-hwang studied European painting. Look at the rocks. It's usually about the same size rocks, but in the foreground, they are really large. The same type of rock in the middle ground, they are getting smaller. So he reflected our own observation from a fixed viewpoint, right? Like let's say we are standing on the other side of a mountain and we look at this view, that this is how we perceive it, right? Getting smaller and smaller. So Kang Se-hwang had amazing observation skills. He also studied European priests in order to create this kind of scenes. So Kang Se-hwang and Joseon, they were also colleagues. They shared a common interest. And also look, in the Taejongdae, like you are seeing, is a seashore near Busan. It's a beautiful scenery. So here again, he wanted to be truthful to the events that are taking place. So it's the seashore. So what do people do? You recognize that these two yangban. In this case, he even took off his clothes, and then both of them put their pants up, rolled up to the knees. And then they are trying to put the leg into the ocean water. And then two servants walking. And then this painter himself, maybe Kang Se-hwang, right, sitting on the other side of the cliff, and then drawing the scenery, beautiful scenery of his friends. So these are Kang Se-hwang's work. And then this is another scene of Kaesong that he visited during his on the way to Songdo. So this is the gate of Songdo, and then houses are lining up on either side, and then all the way back there is more mountains. This is his observation. So Kang Se-hwang was a literary painter. He was born into a Yangban family, and then he mentored Kim Hong-do, and he's the one who gave ideas of painting the lives of actual people. Why don't you paint the actual scenery? Like if people are shirtless, then you can paint it. Usually in Confucian etiquette, you are not supposed to take off your clothes no matter how hot it is. But here, they are very truthful to themselves. I mean, if you go to the ocean, you want to enjoy the beautiful scenery and the water, full water. So here, Kang Se-hwang really admired Kim Hong-do's talent. So here, he said, of one of Kim's paintings of a butterfly, Kang Se-hwang said, quote, I can almost feel the powder falling on the butterfly's wings. How can an artificial thing resemble so much of the natural model? Unquote. He really praised Kim Hong-do's amazing description, like amazing drawing techniques. And then he often collaborated with the younger generations. And then he really, how can I say, praised the talented artists like Shin Sa-jung, Kim Hong-do, Tae-buk, and then he collaborated with them. Kang Se-hwang was an intellectual figure, and he was also an art critic and a painter. He disseminated Western painting texts, and then he also painted famous sceneries. So anyhow, I want you to pay a little bit more attention to Kang Se-hwang.